We've got a studio full of really smart kids. I'm Father Reed, and this is the Catholic TV Challenge. That's right.
Universal truth. Catholic faith. Hope.
Okay, Father Reed. Okay, boys.
Life eternal love.
Welcome everyone to the game show where the kids are the teachers. So, let's meet our first set of contestants. Mr. Nelson, could you introduce them to us, please?
We have a great group of contestants to start the show off with. Father Reed, our first contestant for this round is Hannah Moriarty. Hannah loves science and social studies in school. On TV, she loves watching Doctor Who. For sports, her favorites are soccer and skiing, and she also enjoys cooking. One of her favorite movies is Tangled. And our second contestant is Colin Waldron. Colin loves sports, especially baseball, soccer, and football. In school, his favorite subjects are social studies and writing, and his favorite movies are James Bond movies. And our third contestant is Owen Karofis. Owen's favorite subjects in school are math, religion, and reading. For sports, he loves basketball, golf, and baseball. Also likes to draw, and he plays the clarinet and piano. And those are our three contestants for this round of WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge.
Owen, I'm so glad that Mr. Nelson called you up because I know you were falling asleep back here, but now you get something to do. Thanks, man. Are you a Red Sox fan by any chance? I had a funny feeling about that. But you're not? Okay, we won't talk about that. I don't want to go any further. Colin, hey, it's great, man, to have you step up to the plate here. Pardon the baseball terminology. So how you feeling about this? You feel pretty good?
Yeah.
You look pretty confident. And then Hannah. Hannah, you are the most beautiful of the contestants. And it's so wonderful to have you here. And I love the fact that you ski and you love science just like me. We have something in common. A couple of things, at least. And now we have some work to do. So can I explain the rules to you? You want to keep your hands by your side, please. And I'm going to ask the questions. That's the job. That's what they have me do here. That's why I get paid the big bucks. And you get to answer the questions. Far more important. So do keep your hands by your side. If you think you know the answer, hit the red button in front of you. If you get it right, great. If you don't get it right, no big deal. We'll move on. How's that sound?
Yes.
Very good. All right. So the only thing that we need now is, well, we need something to talk about. Around here, we call that the Wudabout. What about this? What about that? I can't think of a better person than Ava to tell us what today's Wudabout is. Ava, what is today's Wudabout?
Father Reed, today's Wudabout is Easter.
Easter! Thank you, Ava, very much. You are absolutely marvelous. And now, without further ado, Owen, Colin, and Hannah, we're going to set the WOW watch. Please do keep your hands by your side, and here's the first question. Speaking of Easter, what central mystery do we celebrate? Hannah!
The resurrection.
That's right! The resurrection. Jesus, who died on the cross for us, is alive. He truly is alive. All right. And he still is. And he always was and always will be. Okay, here's another one for you. Hands by your side. Listen carefully. Catholics celebrate Easter for an octave. How many days? Colin?
8 days.
8 days, that's right. So every day from Easter for the next 7 days is the same as Easter. It's like Easter for 8 days, an octave. Now, did anyone actually witness the resurrection? Colin?
No one did.
No one did is right. Save God himself, that's right. No human being. No human being. All right, so today's Wudabout, as Ava told us, is Easter. And the next question is, did Jesus rise on the first, second, or third day? Hannah?
The third day.
The third day is right. All right, do make sure you listen to the whole question. And I got another one for you, Owen, Colin, Hannah, and it is this. The resurrection is a mystery. What's that mean?
We can't explain it.
Exactly! It's kind of like why the Red Sox don't win the World Series every year. We just can't explain it. It's unexplainable. It's a mystery. Okay, here's another one for the three of you. Listen very closely. What gift allows us to believe?
The gift of faith.
The gift of faith is right! The gift of faith. Okay, now here's I think a fairly easy one. When are we given the gift of faith? Colin! In baptism is right! Wow. Today's Whatabouts is Easter, and these questions all revolve around that theme. Finish this sentence. If Christ was not raised, then your faith in God is... Hannah!
Useless.
Useless is right! The resurrection, the mystery of Easter is so critical, it's so central, it's so important to our faith. Okay, speaking of Easter, today's Whatabouts, what two events are most important in our faith? Hannah!
The death and resurrection of Jesus.
That's correct! We call that the... Welcome back to the Catholic TV Challenge. We're here for yet another round, and we got three great contestants. It's guys' rounds. Mr. Nelson, who are they?
Another great group of contestants, Father Reed. Our first contestant for this round is William Kennedy. Will loves playing sports, especially football, basketball, and baseball. In school, his favorite subject is gym, and one of his favorite movies is Batman vs. Superman. Our second contestant is Ian Ronan. Ian's favorite subjects in school are science and math. For sports, his favorites are hockey and tennis. He also enjoys rollerblading, and one of his favorite movies is Despicable Me 2. And our third contestant is Michael Newton. Michael's favorite sports are hockey and baseball. For movies, he prefers James Bond. In school, his favorite subjects are social studies and science. He also enjoys drawing. And those are our three contestants for this round of WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge.
Michael, love James Bond movies. Love every one of them. I'm with you, man. I really am. Now, in Quincy, a lot of guys play hockey, right? And you're one of them. Ian, great to have you on the show. And Will, did I hear Mr. Nelson say that your favorite class was gym?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Good for you. What's your second favorite?
Math.
Gym and math. Gym and math, math and gym, gym and math. Hey, Robert, how you doing back there?
Great.
Great. Okay, let's go over the rules. Hands by your side, gentlemen. Hands by your side. Listen to the whole question, please. The whole question. When I'm finished, if you think you know the answer, hit the red button in front. If you get it right, great. If you don't get it right, there's plenty more where that came from. And as Ava told us at the beginning of the show, today's Whatabouts is Easter, or as they say in the Boston area, Easter. Easter. All right, so Will, Ian, and Michael, if you're ready, studio audience, are you ready?
Yeah!
All right, then, let's set the WOW watch. And I get the first question for you three gentlemen. What city did Jesus die and was buried? Michael?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is right. Jerusalem, the city of peace. Jerusalem. Okay. Now, speaking of Jerusalem, there in the city, why did Pilate seal Jesus' tomb? Michael?
Because he didn't want the Jesus' disciples taking the body.
That's correct. So Pilate sealed the tomb and placed guards there. Okay. Now, we're speaking about Easter and the mystery of the resurrection. What's the only physical proof of the resurrection? Michael?
The empty tomb.
That's correct. The empty tomb. See the place where they laid him. He is not here. And that's the only physical proof that we have. But there are other proofs for sure. Okay, Will, Ian, Michael. What church is over the empty tomb? Will.
The Church of the Nativity? I mean, the Church of the Holy Nativity?
No. The Holy Sepulchre. You were thinking of where Jesus was born, and I'm looking for where, that's all right, where he was buried. That's okay. So, listen, Michael, Ian, Will. The resurrection allows us to know that Jesus has power over what? Will!
Life and death?
That's correct! All right. What about today is Easter? Ian, Michael, Will. Finish this sentence. If the dead are not raised...
Christ has not been raised either.
That's correct! Then Christ has not been raised either. 1 Corinthians 15:14, if my memory serves me well. Okay, gentlemen, when we say that Jesus is the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep, what's that mean? Michael?
Then we have hope of raising too?
It's correct! Think of that. Think of that. That we have the hope of rising from the dead too, because Jesus is our only hope. All right. Today's What About is Easter, and here's my question to you. How long have Christians believed in the resurrection? Will?
Since the first Easter?
That's correct! Since discovering the empty tomb, since that very day, that first Easter morning, Christians have believed in the power of the resurrection, and we are out of time. This has been a very exciting round, gentlemen. And I have to say and congratulate Michael for being our winner of this round. Nice job. Nice job to the three of you. You were great. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with yet 3 more contestants. Don't go away.
We have our second contestant for the final round, and we have 3 more contestants ready to play for the final spot in the final challenge. Stay with us as Wow, the Catholic TV Challenge continues in just a moment.
Welcome back to Wow, the Catholic TV Challenge, round 3. 3 more great contestants. Mr. Nelson, could you introduce them to us, please?
I certainly can, Father Reed. Another excellent group of contestants. Our first contestant for this round is Kayla Pierre. Kayla loves to write. Her favorite hobbies are dancing and singing. On TV, she is watching SpongeBob. In the movies, one of her favorites is Inside Out. And for sports, her favorite is swimming. And our second contestant is Austin Kwan. Austin's favorite subjects in school are math and library, and sports. He loves basketball and snowboarding. He also enjoys drawing and reading. 2 of his favorite movies, Star Wars and the Lego Movie. Our third contestant is Catherine Chen. Catherine enjoys drawing. One of her favorite sports is basketball. In school, she loves art and science, and one of her favorite movies is The Lion King. And those are our 3 contestants for this round of Wow, the Catholic TV Challenge.
Swimming, Star Wars, and art. Swimming, Star Wars, and art. Those are 3 characteristics by which Mr. Nelson described you. But there are so many other things. Each one of you is like a book. We could stay here the whole episode and not even scratch the surface. How wonderful the 3 of you are, and I'm so grateful that you've stepped up, and now you're our third set of contestants. Just keep your hands by your side. Let me ask the questions. You get to answer them. Listen to the whole question, though, if you think you know the answer. Hit the red button in front of you, preferably once, not 75 times. And if you get the answer right, great. If you don't, no big deal. Of course, our What About today is Easter. And so, studio audience, are you ready?
Yeah!
Kayla, Austin, Catherine, are you ready?
Yes.
Very good. Let's set the watch. And here's my first question. Listen to the whole thing. Which of the 4 Gospels mentions a single angel at the tomb? Austin.
Matthew?
That's correct. Very good. Very good. The Gospel of Matthew. Okay. Here's one for you, Catherine. Kayla, Austin. To whom did the angel announce the resurrection? Catherine?
Mary Magdalene and another Mary?
That's correct. All I have to say is, wow. Okay, Kayla, Austin, Catherine, here's one for you. Why had the two women come to the tomb? Originally, Catherine?
To anoint Jesus' body?
That's correct. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you a question kind of connected to that. Why had Jesus' body not been fully prepared for burial? Catherine?
Because he died right before the Sabbath?
That's correct. That's correct. And once the Sabbath begins, a devout Jew cannot do any work. So that would be work. So that's the reason for that. And so here's the next question. Speaking of Easter, which is today's what about? What day of the week do Christians call the Sabbath? Catherine?
Sunday?
That's correct. Sunday! And we sometimes have Mass for Sunday on Saturday afternoon. That's called the Vigil Mass. It's the Vigil of Sunday. Okay, one more question for the three of you. Kayla, Austin, and Catherine. Why do Christians call Sunday the Sabbath? Why? Catherine?
Because Jesus rise on the Sabbath?
That's correct. In a sense, every Sunday is not only the Sabbath, it's like a little Easter. Okay? We celebrate Easter again. Okay, speaking of Easter, according to Luke, how many angels were at the tomb? Austin? 2 is right. 2. 2 angels, from the Greek angelos, meaning messengers, so they're messengers. Kayla, Austin, Catherine. Who does Mark describe at the empty tomb? Catherine.
A youth just and right?
That's right. We presume an angel, okay, again. Okay, Catherine, Austin, Kayla. To where did Jesus ascend? Catherine.
To his Father in heaven?
That's correct. Jesus ascended to his Father from whence he came. Okay. We're talking about... Well, we're not talking about Easter anymore because we're all out of time. Thank you so much to the three of you. I have to say and congratulate Catherine for being the winner of the third round. Kayla and Austin, it was great to have you with us. And Catherine, we're going to bring you back with the winners of the first 2 rounds for the final challenge. And I have to say it's the best part, so don't go away.
The group for the final challenge has been decided. We have our 3 contestants. Which one of these 3 will be today's Catholic TV Challenge winner? Find out in just a minute.
Welcome back to the best part of all, the final challenge. We brought back Colin and Michael and Catherine, the winners of the first 3 rounds. And now we're going to find out who is the supreme winner of WOW today. So, Colin, Michael, Catherine, I know you know the rules. I don't have to explain them. And I know that the studio audience is, in fact, ready, correct? Yeah! All right, then, let's set the WOW watch. And we're going to get to work here. Our what about is, of course, Easter. Where in the Bible do we read about Jesus' appearances after Easter? Colin?
Mark?
No, the Acts of the Apostles. That's all right. That's why we read from the Acts of the Apostles all during the Easter season. You know what? Let's go to that vindicator of virtue, that guardian of grace, that champion of the church, that curator of Catholicism, the very hero of holiness himself, Captain Wowzer, the super challenge man. Do you have a super challenge for my 3 friends?
Okay, Father Reed. Okay, boys and girls. Here's another super challenge. Why do you think that some did not recognize Jesus after the resurrection?
Michael?
Because he was in somehow different appearance?
That's correct! We don't know how, but he appeared differently somehow, and for that reason, oftentimes people didn't recognize him. Now, just hours after the resurrection, Jesus appeared to 2 on the road. To the road to where? Michael?
To Emmaus?
That's correct! And when they arrived in Emmaus, how did those two recognize that it was Jesus? Catherine?
And the breaking of the bread.
In the breaking of the bread, that's right. Let's go back to that vindicator of virtue, that guardian of grace, Captain Wowzer himself, the Super Challenge man, for another Super Challenge. Captain Wowzer?
Okay, Father Reed. Okay, boys and girls, here is another Super Challenge. In the Hebrew Scriptures, who do we believe foretold the death and resurrection of the Lord?
Call it.
The prophets.
That's correct. Oh, we got a really close final round going on here. Catherine, Michael, and Colin, here's one for you. For how many days after the resurrection did Jesus appear? Catherine?
40.
40 is right. Now, today's Wudabout is Easter, and when Jesus first appeared in the upper room, who was missing? Michael!
Thomas.
Thomas is right. He was called Didymus, the twin. Let's go back to that vindicator of virtue, the very essence of holiness himself. Captain Wowzer, did you have the Super Challenge for us, please?
All right, Father Reed. Okay, boys and girls, here is yet another Super Challenge. After Jesus' death, who asked Pilate for Jesus' body?
Michael!
Joseph of Arimathea.
That's correct. Joseph of Arimathea. Very good. Okay, now I have a question for the three of you. Michael, Colin, Catherine. When Jesus appeared again, what did he invite Thomas to do? Catherine?
To touch his wounds and believe.
That's correct. And Thomas looked at Jesus and said, "My Lord and my God." My Lord and my God, we're out of time. Catherine, Michael, and Colin, you've been fantastic contestants. And I'm so happy to let you know that Michael is our winner. Congratulations. Well, Mr. Nelson, do you have a prize for our television champion today?
The winner of Wild Catholic TV Challenge receives a new Roku streaming player. Find your favorite on-demand movies and TV shows by gliding through screens, flying through channels, and finding what you want to watch instantly. The Roku interface never stands between you and your entertainment. Before you know it, you'll be off in streaming wonderland. Say goodbye to the couch huddle. Get all the photos, songs, and videos you keep on your phone instantly on your TV with a free Roku app for iOS and Android. And best of all, watch WOW and Catholic TV live and on demand with Roku.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson, and thanks to Colin and Michael and Catherine and all of our contestants today. I'm Father Reed. Thanks for joining us. May God bless you always, and we'll see you next time in another edition of WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge.